Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we'll be learning how to create a responsive card like this with the help of auto layout. So the first thing we're going to do is to create the place where we're going to be placing the image. So for the image, I'm going to be making use of a frame. So I advise whenever you are designing, especially when you want your designs to be responsive, always make use of frame and auto layout. So you can see the rest of my videos on how I make use of auto layout to come up with all my design components. So for the image, we're going to be drawing a frame. So I'm basically going to be using the same dimensions that was used here. So I'll just click on this image to get the dimension. So that is 334 by 200, 334 by 200. So that's going to be the dimension of our image. Sorry, let me change this to 200. So here, so now we have our image. So the next thing, we're going to go ahead and place an image inside here with the help of FreePic plugin. I already have it installed, so I'll just right click, go to plugins and my FreePic plugin. So that is loading up. So I'm going to choose any image of my choice. I'm going for an animal photo. So let me look for, okay, let me go with this. I think I like this. So let me go with this one. I kind of feel some part of this image is going to be hidden, so let me go with this. So now we have our image. So you can see this card, the image has a corner radius, so we're going to give it a corner radius of 16. So I'll just do that quickly to give it a corner radius. So the next thing now we're going to do is to go in with our heading text and our description text. So I already have a heading text here, so I'm just going to place it here, the heading text and our button. So if you don't know how to create responsive button, check the video description. There is going to be a link to a video where I show you how to create responsive buttons. So for these three elements, we are going to put them in an auto layout. We are going to see the reason why. So remember that the main goal of this card is to make it very responsive. So whenever we're using it in our design, it can adapt to any screen size. So I'll click on this first one, hold down shift on my keyboard, select the three, right click, put them in an auto layout. So the space between, I'm going to make it 24. So I'll make it 24. So let me see. Kind of feeling 24 is a little bit big. Let me just leave it at 16. So now we have this in auto layout. We're going to put these two elements, these two the image and this, we're going to put it in an auto layout too. So hold down shift and select the two, put them in an auto layout. So as you can see, the bounding box of this element here, there are no glue to the parent bounding box. I don't know if you can see, there's a bounding box that is holding the two elements, but this element here, this is where the bounding box stores. So I want this bounding box to fill this parent container. I don't know if you get what I mean. So I'll click on this, come to this place and make it fill the container. So all this fill the container, so it's really going to help the developer when they are developing this, because one major goal as a designer is for you to design something that can actually be coded by developers. So now we have that. So the next thing now is we're going to give it a padding, a horizontal padding and a vertical padding. So placing that is going to be around it. So for the horizontal padding, I'll go with 14. The vertical padding, I'll also go with 14. So for us to actually see what we're doing, we're going to come here and add a fill white. We're also going to give this card I'm going to give it a corner radius of 16, so that the whole corners is going to be rounded. So with this now, we have our card. So you can go ahead and style the card any way you want. So let's see the horizontal padding that was used here. Okay, they make use of it. So let's just do the same. So you can let's just duplicate this card so that we can see the difference. So now this first one we made use of 24 for the horizontal padding. So this, let's reduce the horizontal padding and the vertical padding to 16. I just feel it is too close. And another thing before we forget is the spacing between these two elements. So spacing between the image and this elements here. So I'll just make it 24. So here we have our card. So you can add an outline to it. You can add an effect, whichever one you want to use. So let me just add an outline. So I just want the outline to have like a little shade of blue. So you can also go ahead and also add an effect. So this, let me just make the effect color to be like a darkish blue, then I'll reduce it a bit, then make this 10. Just want to add a little bit of effect to it, then make this 50, make it 50. So you can see now we have our card. So whenever you want to use this card for any design, you can see that it is going to be very responsive. So as you can see, this card is very responsive. You can see it's very responsive. Even when you're making use of it, the design is also going to be very responsive. So yeah, so that is it about creating a responsive card. You can also convert it to a component. So see you in the next video where I will show you how to make use of this card. Bye.